Hey everyone, welcome back to another weekly reaction to UnOrdinary. This week we are reacting to episode 132. Last week was, oh man, it was so good. John and Sarah finally got reunited, and then of course, I saw someone in the comments kind of calling this the royal flush, was essentially in the same room at the same time for once. I'm 90% certain that that's the first time that ever happened in the series. We had John, Serafina, and Arlo, and then of course Remy, Blake, and Ison. Elaine was there too. Don't really care about her, but still a good chapter. Great to see John and Sarah back together. I have no idea where this chapter is going to go. I saw the thumbnail. Doc is going to play a part in this chapter. It looks like maybe he's going to talk to John. Maybe he's going to talk to Arlo. And then, of course, last episode we had Ison in the bed, like just terrified because he saw John there, and he's like, that's the guy who beat me up, but I can't tell Remy and Blake because if I do, he's going to beat the shit out of them next. And then, of course, Arlo was giving him that stare like, keep your damn mouth shut. And then we last left, and chapter ended last week with Remy and Blake just kind of be like, dude, why is Ison being so weird? And it's like, it's just Ison. Anyway, episode 132. Let's jump right into this. So, alrighty, in the infirmary still. And then we have Doc at his desk. He's texting, probably texting late. Oh my god. Oh my god! Okay, so I wasn't at her panel. She did a panel last year. I think it was at a Comics Con or something like that. Not Comic Con, but like a Comics Con. And someone even asked, like, hey, you know, like, Doc is dating a girl named Layla, and Serafina's sister is called Layla. Like, are they the same person? And I saw the Q&A, like, on YouTube. I'm pretty sure she said, like, no, they're different people, but Doc is, like, texting her right now, and she has the same color scheme. She has the same shade of purple that Layla, Sarah's sister, had in the picture. So, okay, so, Layla, coming back Friday evening. About time. Yeah, that extension killed me. They're opening a new location. Dinner this weekend? Sure, I'll call you. And then he's still just texting her. Oh, by the way, like my new hat? It is her! Oh man, like that's so totally her. Way to go, Doc. And then Remy and Blake are leaving. Bye, Doc. Thanks for taking care of Ison for us. Doc's just got a nosebleed. So it was a picture of Layla in a bikini. What are you staring at? Get lost. Yes, sir. And Blake's just got it thrown off, too. UnOrdinary episode 132. And then it's John sitting at Sarah's bed while she's relaxing, and Arlo is there with him. So she's asleep, so they're probably going to get into an argument right now. And then Arlo, John, and then he just looks back. And they're just looking at each other. A word. And then John just looks back at him. It just needs to load a little more for my computer. My computer, as you guys can probably tell, computer situation hasn't changed much. They're in a classroom. What do you want? Mind explaining why you sent my best guy to the infirmary? Because you told him to take action, so guess what, dipshit? He took his action. He has no connections in the school. He has no pool in the school like you do. He took the course of action he thought was necessary and got Ison's ability, which lets him hunt. I hate you, Arlo. I hadn't managed to track the abductors. If I hadn't managed to track the abductors through someone else, who knows what state Serafina would be in right now. Why didn't you tell me you were already looking for her? Find her oh, thank you, John. Christ. Find her on your own, you said. That's what I did. So don't come complaining to me when things don't go exactly your way. I did what I had to do. Got you there, bitch. I told you guys before, I don't like Arlo. Like, I like Arlo. Like, he's got a cool character design. He's got a good ability. But, like, I would say, I will be honest, I think he is more in the right more often than John is. But, like, he's kind of a hypocrite, too. Like, if he really... I won't get into it. This isn't going to be a rant video. I'm sorry, guys. Beating Ison to that extent just to get a hold of his ability, you had no reason to go that far. I had every reason. There's a reason why John doesn't like fighting back Arlo, because he knows he can't control himself. Again, everything that's been set in motion was because of you. That rat lied to me. He tried to pry into my past while my guard was down. He crushed my left hand just for the fun of it, and only decided to act friendly towards me after he realized my true power. Okay, John does know that Ison knows about him. And he has a point. Like, Ison, like, we first saw, like, when he was, like, remembering telling Cecile about everything about John, he was like, dude, you're gonna get eaten alive in this school. And then he wanted to go digging into John's past. Once he found out what John was capable, he was like, crap, we effed up. I need to make sure that he stays calm. I do want Ison and John to be friends. I want John to be friends with everyone. I want him to get along with Blake. I want him to get along with Ison. And I want him to get along with Remy, because Remy is amazing. But Evie is best girl. But, like, none of these people... Besides Serafina, once she got to know John, Blake is the only person who is genuinely trying to get to know John. But it's not because he knows what John's capable of. It's because he thinks John's powerless. Because he saw the people of, I think, Brannish was the town that Waldo was terrorizing. He saw, like, how low tiers reacted to, like, a high tier. They were terrified. And Blake was just like, this isn't right. Like, these people don't deserve to be treated like this. And so he has tried genuinely to become friends with John. John certainly isn't making it easy, though. And, like, Blake has been getting annoyed. Two-faced piece of shit. He deserved every bit of that beating. I wouldn't say that. Ison's was definitely two-faced, but I wouldn't say that he deserved all of it. And did it resolve anything? Did you manage to find Serafina? You're such a pain to deal with. Trying to get you to do anything is like pulling teeth. And when you finally contribute, you just make everything worse. Quit attacking people aimlessly like some mad... I hate you so much, Arlo. Okay, I'm going to go on a limb because I know a lot of people don't like how John has been acting lately, like how impulsive he's been. I'm going to be the devil's advocate for John. Has he been going a bit overboard? Yes, he has been. But he's not attacking aimlessly. Sorry. Attacking Ison to that extent, that was a bit aimless. But everyone else he went after kind of had it coming. Everyone else has been treating him like crap because they thought he couldn't fight back. But he can fight back. He's just doing to them what they did to him. Not necessarily the right way to go about it, but I wouldn't say he's attacking aimlessly. Like some madman. You're a high tier, so act like one. Really? Again with this high tier shit? Tell me, Arlo. Tell him. Tell me, Arlo. What are you gonna do if I don't? You gonna drag me out to a field? Ambush me again? And then it's the scene back when Melee and Ventus had him pinned. I just wanted to live a calm life away from all the rankings. Things were fine till you came along and crushed everything I built up for the last 2 years. For what? Because I wasn't acting my rank? Because you had to place me somewhere in your fucking hierarchy? Yes, you were neglecting your responsibility as an elite. You can't hide forever. Oh my god, he grabs Arlo. For fuck's sake, Arlo, I defeated your ass, didn't I? That makes me your superior. So you have a responsibility to listen to what I'm saying. He's got a point. Just because it wasn't official, Arlo knows that John's above him. He should be listening to him like he somewhat listens to Serafina. If Arlo really is like all about the hierarchy. Like I said, Arlo himself is a bit of a hypocrite. I will agree John's a lot more of a hypocrite than Arlo, but Arlo's one too. Read my lips. I don't want to be a part of your shitty kingdom. I let you keep your throne. I stayed out of your way. All I asked you was for you to do one task. Here you are, still disrespecting me. Still pushing your ideals on me. Completely ignoring my order. And now Sarah's getting crushed under the weight of your bullshit system. Have you seen her? She's fucking miserable. And then he pushes him back. This is all your fault. Fuck you. And then Arlo's probably going to push back right now, knowing him. Oh, cry me a river, John. Was that your way of defending your actions? I want a life away from rankings. I never wanted to be part of this. Not a single high tier has a choice on the matter. We're all born into it. Who doesn't want to live a calm life? We enforce that order so everyone can live as peacefully as possible. Wellston isn't peaceful. You saw, like, Evie. Like, you saw how Howard... Well, you didn't see. Like, you saw what happened to the low tiers. You were surprised when you realized that. So don't throw the blame onto me for picking up on your irregular behavior. Or onto something as trivial as me not following an order. You put yourself in this position. Kind of right there. You have no one to blame but yourself to blame. No, he was right. Everything happened because of you. All of this could have been avoided if you had established your place in the hierarchy to begin with. If you had used your power for anything. No, I was happy. And then it's a flashback to all his memories with Sarah. And though it was all built on a lie of John's own design, in the earlier chapters, John, well, except for like those moments where, like, in the early chapters where he was remembering Claire, John was genuinely happy. Like, yeah, he was kind of a rat. He kind of like snuck things around. He relied on Sarah, but he was genuinely happy. And even when he met Arlo, because after one of their last chats with Sarah before she got suspended, it's the next picture of him with Arlo on the roof after Arlo gave him the folder. He was genuinely happy because he thought Arlo was different. Like he told Sarah, he thought that he was someone like her. Like, you know, like, hey, whatever, we could be friends. And yeah, like, John was genuinely happy in the earlier chapters. Now, because of Arlo and everything he's done, the beast, the Shadow King, has been released. Everything was going the way I wanted. And now he's flashing back to when Melee and Ventus attacked him. Until you tried to force me back into the rankings. Understand? You're letting yourself waste away as if you're some kind of victim. He is kind of a victim. He's both a victim of himself and of you, Arlo. Shut up, Arlo. You're the problem. What? You and every other garbage person who is a part of this shitty system. The reason you approached me? The reason those people won't leave Sarah alone? It's all because of your fixation on the hierarchy. You want me to do something, Arlo? And fine. I will. I'll start by tearing down your precious system. I'm gonna break the hierarchy. How's that? Ooh. Arlo looks kind of... I'm not sure if it's fury or just like shock. Please, don't make me laugh. How could you possibly do that? First off, by dethroning your dumbass. Just enjoy your throne while you still can. UnOrdinary episode 132 end. Dang it. Alright, well, that's the chapter, but we have a little message from Uru. Hello, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the episode. UnOrdinary will be going on a short hiatus starting next week. We'll be back on March 28th. No! Oh, man. She posted about this on Patreon, that she was probably going to be taking a break, which is fine. Like, Uru rarely takes breaks to begin with, and it's fine. So, 2 weeks. Dang it. That's going to be a while. Oh, but in the meantime, I'll be posting any extras on social media. And that's it. So, a lot of stuff happened this chapter. Pretty much, no doubt about it. That was Layla. That was Seraphina's sister. Doc is dating Layla, Seraphina's sister. That's going to be really interesting. I think I don't really have anything saved. I don't have any tweets favorited or anything, but I think someone brought up that Layla could be working for Ember, the project she's been working on could be what led to Seraphina getting crippled. That could be really interesting. That might be a thing. And also she's coming back to town. And so maybe she'll go to school to visit Doc. Maybe Sarah will see her sister again. I don't know. But the Shadow King is coming back. And I'm excited to see Arlo get dethroned. Is John probably going to run Wellston into the ground? Probably. But I can't wait to roast some marshmallows on that fire. Anyway. Real quick discussion. I want to say, I know a lot of people haven't really been liking how, John is kind of an unstable character. But, everything that was set in motion happened because of Arlo. You could say that yeah, it happened because of John, because he's the one who had the copy of UnOrdinary to begin with. You could even say that it's William's fault. But, everything that's been set in motion is because Arlo wanted to control Sarah, and he wanted to control John. Sarah Finney getting suspended, that was from Arlo. John's limited contact with Sarah, breaking his phone, that was Arlo. He took John out, he broke John, to the point where he reverted back to his time at New Boston. Everything that's been set in motion, at least this is all just my opinion, of course. I know some people are going to agree. That's totally fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And shameless plug, if you want to tell me why you think I'm wrong, why John is a terrible person, and tell me why Arlo's in the right, let me know in the comments. Definitely. We can have a discussion about this. But I just believe everything that's been set in motion was definitely because of Arlo. He wanted to force his ideology on John, and everything. I just keep saying everything that happened. And John has a point. Arlo claims that he's all about the hierarchy, and John did spare him his title as the king of Wellston, but and he, if Arlo is truly about the hierarchy, John is still above him. John should really be in charge of Arlo, but Arlo doesn't listen. And don't get me wrong, Arlo definitely couldn't have been everywhere for Sarah. He couldn't have been watching her constantly. He is still the king of the school. He did still need to keep track of all the students. But clearly he wasn't doing as perfect of a job as he think he is, because like I said earlier, he was still surprised when he heard of Evie talking about what happens to the lower tiers. So he something I just thought of, actually. Like John said, John's told him a while back, if you can keep all but one person in line, you're doing a fine job. You're doing a good job as king. But he isn't keeping everyone in line. Arlo isn't keeping everyone in line. Um, like how he even said, Arlo himself even said, if 4 mid tiers gang up on a low tier, that's no accomplishment. Um, but where was I going with this? But yeah, like it's true. Everyone is scared of Arlo. Like they'll still respect him, but they were all scared of Serafina. Once she became powerless, once like she was off of the throne, it was free game. Same happened with John in New Boston, or no, same thing even happened when I'll come back to John in the New Boston right now. But the same thing happened with Serafina when she was still queen. People were still talking about her, like people were still belittling her. But as soon as like she showed up, it was like John said, they were two faced, and John and Sarah would like break them. Like she heard, I'm gonna call the teal girl that was at the house with Sarah and Wenky and Elena and them. I'm just gonna call her Misa, because that was one name that Evie dropped, and I'm like 80% positive that that name wasn't taken by anyone else. Like Misa, the girl with the teal hair, she was with Bria, I think. The blonde girl with the pigtails. Like they were talking about Sarah when her and John were project partners. And what did Sarah do? Like when she realized, like when she found out that they were talking behind her back and they were also messing with John, her project partner, she slammed her face into the wall. John, when he was king of New Boston, when he would hear people like talking bad about him, he would attack them too. To a greater extent that Sarah did, she would just like slam them into the wall and tell them to leave. But like she would still attack people who were under her. Do I think John's reign as the king is going to be better than Arlo's? No. Am I excited for it? Yes. What else this episode? And actually, something I didn't even realize. John has Cecile in his corner. Like, granted, I don't trust Cecile. I don't trust her for a second. But she's with John right now. Like, she's on his side, I think. Like, we still don't know much about her. We don't know her exact power level. We know she's a high tier. And her ability is like some sort of construction. Like some sort of like making constructions. Like I said, I hope it's like a Green Lantern like type power. That'd be really cool to see. Because we saw her make ropes. We saw her make some sort of dagger. But John has Cecile in his corner. Arlo, of course, has Remy, Blake, and Ison and the others. But like they can't do anything against John. Like maybe they could. Like we still don't know what exactly John's ability is. We know that it's a form of mimicry. We know that he can also combine abilities that he's mimicked, and it also gets a 1.5 multiplier in the ability's highest stat that he's copied. 2-week hiatus, and who knows what's going to happen on March 28th or whenever the next chapter gets released. I think Uruz definitely did a good setup with this chapter. It was good to see. I was hoping John would at least thank Arlo for getting Sarah back. He did have a point. Like he didn't find her because of Ison. But taking down Ison would have like made the search for Sarah a lot harder had Evie not stepped up. Speaking of Evie, where is she? I hope she goes to see Sarah, like in the infirmary. No, but it's interesting. Is Arlo gonna get dethroned? Is Sarah gonna when is Sarah gonna find out about John's ability? I guess that'll be a question for next time, or for the future. I think I've ranted enough. You guys don't care about my rants. But if you do care, like I said, let me know. Let me know why you think John is in the wrong, why you think Arlo's in the right. Let me know. Like, we'll discuss it. I'm just a fan of John, not a fan of Arlo. I like John. I think he's really cool. His power's cool, and it's just cool to see like him kind of like taking charge is what I'll say. Like, Arlo was told him for the longest time to act like a high tier. Well, guess what? Now he's gonna act like a high tier who's stronger than you is gonna beat the shit out of you. Now granted, actually, one quick thing. We know that John has a 10 out of 10 trick, but everything else until he's copied it is out of 1, I think. So maybe on his own, John can't take Arlo, but what? No, he totally can. I think the only way Arlo wouldn't beat John is if he doesn't use his ability. And who knows? Like maybe that's what Uru has planned. Like maybe Arlo won't use his ability and will just crush John, because punches don't do much to Arlo because he Uru said high tiers can manifest their ability without even using it. Like Remy can sense electricity. Arlo kind of has like a shieldy skin. Like punches, like normal attacks, just like kind of don't do much to him. But if John copies Arlo's barrier, John's barrier is stronger than Arlo's. I would think, because I'm pretty sure he just copies the stats in general. But whatever the highest stat is, gets a 1.5 boost. Anyway, it is interesting to see where the story's going to go. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the chapter, why you think Arlo's in the right, why you think John's in the wrong. Let me know how you guys felt about the chapter. I'd love to have a discussion with you all. Anyway, that'll be it for this week, and that'll be it until March 28th. UnOrdinary is getting really good. And Uru, if you're watching this, fantastic job. Rest up because you deserve it. You do not take enough breaks. And I'm both thankful for that, but also, like, you deserve to take a break. Like, you definitely deserve a break. Yeah, that'll be it for this week's video. I will see you guys for UnOrdinary on March 28th. Maybe in the meantime, I'll try working on those that theory video that I was telling you guys about. Maybe I'll try to come up with some more theory videos. Maybe next week will be a discussion video. Maybe I will still upload something UnOrdinary related. I'm rambling at this point. I said I would stop. So, see you guys then.